Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to Doki Fallen Angel. So previously, what I had been waiting for finally happened, and these two finally confessed their love to each other. Meanwhile, MC was getting some help for Yuri through a psychiatrist, conveniently named after something from a SpongeBob episode, and Monika continues to be Ice Queen Witch 2.0. And at the same time, Natsuki had to move in with Sayori because her family situation was kind of not improving very well. But anyways, that's besides the point. So here we are. MC had just spent the night with Yuri. He actually told her a bit about his family life, and here we are. I gently opened my eyes. I grabbed my phone to look at the time. It's still fairly early. Is the sun out? Looking through the curtains, it appears the clouds still haven't fully subsided. Damn you, pathetic fallacy. There's still a light shower outside. Yeah, it was also raining, so... I turned to see Yuri has mysteriously vanished. What? Huh? I smell food. I smell France. I quickly get up and start my normal routine. While I was brushing my teeth, I realized how stupid I look in this kimono. Oh, well, come on. I walk downstairs into the living room. Good morning, Mark. Yuri is hovering over the stove, a pan sizzling atop it. What, no darling this time? You don't love me anymore, do you? Yuri doesn't respond, but I can tell by her blushing cheeks that she heard me. I sit down at the table and Yuri follows, plates in hand. I start to dig into my breakfast, anime protagonist style. So what are the plans for today? I don't know. Well... I talk with my mouth. What's wrong with you? Well... I was thinking... I was thinking we could go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescription. Right, Dr. Langton gave her a prescription. Then, after that we can return to that one spot from yesterday and have a picnic. Yuri smiles ear to ear. That sounds really nice. Yeah, that's why I came up with it. Oh, did I, Mr. Badass over here? I hope the weather clears up, though. Yeah, I know. I take another bite of my food. Still chewing, I give her a big nod. Mark, I had something I wanted to do as well. If that's okay with you. Of course. What is it? We're gonna go bungee jumping, aren't we? No. I wanted to... throw out my knife collection. Right. So, Mark, MC in this case, in order to kind of limit how she is able to indulge in those self-harming tendencies, he basically came up with a solution that we should just get rid of the knife collection. Out of sight, out of mind, you know. Which she didn't really take that too... she didn't take it that well at first, so... This comes as a shock to me. I know, that's why I'm here like, wow, she brought it up like not long after. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Okay, Count Dooku. I think that's a great idea. Really? Are you sure you're ready to do it? I know, I'm here like, this is a bit too... this is a lot sooner than I was expecting her to really want to go through with it. If I want to get better, I have to throw out all temptation. Yeah, that's pretty much how he put it. And those knives just sitting there is going to be just a whole lot of temptation. It will be hard to get rid of the collection I worked so hard for. But I think this will be a good way to end this chapter of my life and open a new, brighter one. I'm happy to hear that, Yuri. We continue to eat in silence. So much silence. I don't know how to whistle. What does that have to do with anything?
Pardon?
I thought I'd break the silence with a fun fact about myself. Okay. I can't whistle. Well, neither can I. I also can't snap my fingers, although my mom could. I've never been able to all my life. I've tried as hard as I can, looked it up, asked other people. Still can't whistle. Just thought I'd share one of my weird quirks. I take another bite of my food.
When I watch TV, I always put the volume on an even number.
Oh, I see. That's kind of how I am as well. It just, I don't know, it just feels weird having it on an odd number. I don't know, I guess I'm just that particular about it. I let out a chuckle. What?
It bothers me if the volume is at an odd number. I can't watch it unless the volume level is even, or at least a multiple of 5.
So 15, 25, 10, 20...
I have no idea why. I've just always been like that.
I can't help but smile.
So, there's my fun fact.
That's cute. Yuri turns beet red. Alright, here's another one. Okay, guess we're having show and tell time. When my shoelaces are untied, I always announce that my shoes are untied. I have no idea why, and it makes absolutely no sense. I would like to declare to everyone that my shoes are untied. I just say, oh, my shoe's untied, and then I'll bend down and tie them. Doesn't matter if I'm alone or in public either. Okay, so... I don't know. I wouldn't say that I do that, although... Like, well, I guess one sort of fun fact I'll say was... One time in high school, my shoe got untied, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I gotta do it. I just said it to myself, like, okay, I guess I gotta tie my shoe. So I kind of bent down to do just that. And this random girl just randomly kicked me in the butt. Not hard, but just like a tap. And she was like, what's wrong with you, Daniel? Defend yourself! And I'm just here like, what? Like, well, as it is, it's like, why did you just attack me unprovoked? And yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. I almost don't know if, like, maybe that girl just randomly liked me or whatever, but... Well, I'll never know now, since, well, obviously that was some time ago, and I don't even know what happened to this girl. But yeah, that was just so weird. So ever since then, instead of, like, kind of trying to... Like, I'll always just crouch down to tie my shoe. That way I don't have anyone just randomly kick me in the butt again. Not that I'm expecting it to happen again, but it's like ever since that day, it's like, what in the world just happened? Yuri looks at me as if I'm some sort of psychopath. Oh my god, you hate me now! But then she says,
that's cute.
Now it's my turn to blush a little. It is. Well, you know what I mean. Sorry, like I said, I can't really apologize whenever my inner English teacher voice speaks to me, like... It's like, did I mention that one time when I was diagnosed for being on the autism spectrum, that when I got my diagnosis I started correcting all the spelling and grammatical errors on it? Yeah, no joke, and the doctor even joked saying that that she could probably offer me a job as her spell check person. Or her proofreader, rather. Okay, now your turn. Okay, so is this like some kind of like back and forth show and tell kind of game?
Let's see.
You're the funny lady. There's another fact, or quirk about you.
Whenever I'm walking, I'll accidentally drag my foot whilst taking a step. I'll then purposefully drag the other foot as well. It's as if my mind is trying to balance out in my body or something. I've always found it very strange. I have no idea why I do it. I don't know if it could be labeled as some form of OCD, or perhaps something else.
I'd say you're just weird. Well, so are you! We share a laugh and continue our meals. I check the time. We should start getting ready. We can get to the pharmacy early, come back, throw out your knife collection, and then have the rest of the day to do whatever. I thought you were gonna have the picnic.
Very well. I'll go get dressed.
Yuri comes down looking as beautiful as ever. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
Oh, well, I was about to say, what are we doing back in his office? Okay, well, whatever. Yuri and I arrive at the pharmacy. How can I help you? I look at Yuri.
Prescription for Yuri.
Can I get a last name?
Yes, it's...
Oh, my shoe's untied. This is like some kind of Hey Arnold shenanigans. Like, whenever anyone was gonna say Arnold's last name, something always happened. I look down and realize my left shoelaces were undone. I get down on one knee. Loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool. Dum-dum. You go over and up, left and right. Bunny ears and you pull them tight. Or, damn it, I haven't heard that song in years, I'm sorry. Like bunny ears or a Christmas bow. You just pull them up and you're ready to go. Here you go. The pharmacist hands Yuri a bag with a bottle of pills in it. Yuri checks the tag to clarify it's the right prescription. You want to take your dosage twice a day, so every 12 hours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The pharmacist gives us a big smile. Is that it? I flash glances between the two of them. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think I understand everything. Thank you again.
My pleasure. I take Yuri's hand and we exit the building. It's oddly convenient that everywhere we go is in downtown. Alright, Yuri. How about we head back to your house and go throw out your knife collection? Are you having second thoughts? Yuri takes a moment to ponder this. It's obvious she doesn't share my enthusiasm about removing her collection. Perhaps it holds more emotional connection than I thought.
That sounds like a good idea, Mark.
That's my specialty. Apparently it is. Like I said though, I just hope Yuri isn't doing this out of obligation and she's like pushing herself to do it just because she wants him to. Like, what am I trying to say? Like to appeal to him. You know, I hope you know what I'm trying to get at.
Having good ideas.
No, being called Mark. Well, yeah, I can definitely say that that's one thing he's good at. In almost every other mod I play, that's what he's called. Unless I use Daniel. But I haven't felt like using Daniel lately. We arrive back at Yuri's house. Yuri's upstairs. She said she wanted to change into something more comfortable. I'll just sit here and wait. Oh my god, here we go. The Ice Queen Witch strikes again. Yeah, I think this is pretty much just going to be... I'm going to call this the Ice Queen Bitch music. Because you know that she's up to something evil. I reach into my pocket to grab my phone. I wonder who it's from. Well, judging by the music that you obviously can't hear, I think I know who it is. It's an unknown number.
I hope you're enjoying your break.
Wait. This is the same person who was sending me those weird text messages a few weeks back. I type a response. What do you want?
You know what I want. You. Yet you still haven't given it to me.
Oh my... Okay, well... She's taking it a lot further than I was with that. This is ridiculous. I don't know what you want, so just leave me alone or I'll call the police.
You don't have to worry about that. My plan is already in motion.
Okay, so Monika's insidious plot is already in motion, but I don't know what it is. Plan? Yeah, what are you, Makuta Pterodax? Or who are you, Makuta Pterodax? What the hell does that mean? I don't know. Are her plans as complicated as Makuta's plans are?
Mark?
I turn around to see Yuri behind me.
Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm just dealing with Makuta Pterodax right now and his insidious plot to destroy everything that I hold and cherish, possibly, I don't know. Yeah, everything's fine. I slide my phone back into my pocket. There is definitely no maniac texting me right now. I just dozed off waiting for you, so you scared me a little.
My apologies.
It's alright. You ready now?
Okay.
Well, this is it. We head upstairs. We enter her bedroom. We take a seat on the floor. Yuri reaches under the bed and pulls out a briefcase-sized wooden box. She pops the latches and the top flings open. My eyes sparkle in amazement. There's a plethora of all kinds of knives, ranging from pocket knives to butterfly knives, needle points, tanto points, straightbacks. Well, looks like you know a lot about knives, then. It's not just the type of knives either. They're all exotic with their own unique design and color. Wow. That's all I can say in this moment. I'd never thought I'd use the word beautiful to describe a knife. How would you even acquire items like these? I almost asked, but Yuri speaks up first.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
She took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah. I thought she may have had just a few pocket knives. Nope, I guess in this case she has much more than that. This is pretty incredible, though.
This one is my favorite.
She picks one up. It's solid steel with light blue waves etched into it. That's what I'm trying to say. I watch her twirl it around with her thin fingers.
Would you like to hold one?
I nod. Yuri carefully hands me the knife like a sensei handing his pupil a sword. I hold the knife in my dominant hand. It's a lot heavier than I thought. As I turn it around, its light blue blade reflects the light. Out of curiosity, I run my thumb perpendicular to the blade. It's sharp.
You seem to handle it pretty well, though. Have you done this before?
I wouldn't say that. More so, I have the common sense not to prick my finger on the point of a knife. Okay, well, confirmed. He's at least that much smarter than the MC of the main timeline, or the main universe. Yuri continues to examine me examining the blade, while the blade itself examines me, examining it.
You know, Mark, for a long time these were the only things I had. There was a time where I had just given up on love.
Well, let me just say this sentence right here kind of hits close to home. Considering that, well, I guess if I'm being a little IRL for a moment, this is pretty much where I'm at right now, just because, well, let's just say I haven't exactly had the best love life. It's just been very, very difficult and pretty sad for me. Like, throughout the last couple or so videos, I've talked about Maddie, I've talked about Darlene, and, well, I guess in a nutshell, all you really need to know is, in their own ways, they meant a lot to me. Maddie is even she's the main reason that I even got into doing YouTube videos in the first place. Well, the gameplay videos. I used to do other kinds of videos before this channel. So, you could say that this entire channel is kind of like a bittersweet love letter to Maddie. Basically as my way of saying, well, thank you for inspiring me and being in my life. Even though you did end up kind of abandoning me in the end, I still appreciate what time we had together. So, yeah, it's like, wow, this sense really did just hit me, like, very hard.
And then you showed up. And you showed me I don't need these things.
I felt the same way about myself. There was no one out there for me. And that's how I feel right now. I would like to say that maybe someday I can find my own Yuri, who makes me feel like I can truly be myself with someone, and they won't think that I'm just some kind of freak or whatever, and they'll actually care about me and not want to, and not get bored or tired of me or lash out at me like Darlene did. I would just live my life playing video games and be fine with it. But the day when I looked into your eyes, I knew that everything would be okay. Oh my...
How much do you love me, Mark?
Uh-huh.
I asked how much do you love me?
Well, that's an unexpected question. I suppose I love you 3,000.
3,000?
Yes, because 3,000 is more than a ton. Yeah.
That's a big number.
That's just how much I love you. Yuri blushes bright red.
That was really cheesy, Mark.
Oh, come on. It ain't easy being cheesy. Also, pretend you didn't like it. Or, also, don't pretend you didn't like it. Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me saying.
Now I suppose we should dump these...
Out of nowhere, a ringing cuts through the air. Okay, whose phone is it? Yuri's phone.
Hello?
Yuri's expression breaks. She turns wide-eyed and pale, as if she'd seen a ghost. Is everything okay? Yuri shoots up onto her feet.
We have to go.
What?
Now.
What's going on? She grabs my hand and we rush out of her house. Oh my, what is going on? Here I am sitting in a hospital hall. I don't really remember running here. The hospital isn't exactly close by, so I don't even know how we got here. I'm exhausted and can't even keep up with how many thoughts are racing through my mind. Yuri still hasn't told me what's going on. She tried explaining it, but she stuttered and talked so fast that it was incomprehensible. Suddenly, a small pink figure enters my peripheral. Natsuki? Natsuki, are you okay? What happened? Sayori? No. No. No, you... I feel like a knife is twisting into my chest. My words are spoken softly. What about Sayori? Natsuki talks slowly and in between sobs. I walked into the house. I was going to make some dinner and I called her down and she wasn't answering me. I went up to her room and knocked. She still wasn't responding, so I gently opened the door and... And what? What did she see? Something that I wish I could forget. Where's Sayori? It's okay, Natsuki. I've been so lost this entire time, I forgot Yuri was still here. Just breathe. In and out. Natsuki, what happened next? Sayori. I fall back into my seat. The knife twists deeper into my chest. I can't breathe. I can't believe what I just heard. I want to deny it. I want to pretend it's some sick joke. That none of this is real. I think back to my last interaction with Sayori. I think of my childhood friend. That bubbly girl that always smiled and always made other people happy. Yet I couldn't make her happy. This is all my fault. I know what you're doing. I look back at Natsuki. Stop blaming yourself. It's not your fault. Yes, it is. If you knew the whole story, you would know. This is all because of me. Mark. Yuri puts her hand on my shoulder, but I smack it away. Don't do that to her. What is wrong with you? Don't touch me. Neither of you can understand. I just need to think. The doctor approaches us with a sour face. You are Sayori's friends, correct? Yes. We've come into contact with her parents. They're on their way, but it will be some time until they arrive. You kids should go home. We'll take care of her. Is she going to be okay? I'm no longer listening. I just sit there with my head down, thinking about everything I could have done to change this. The doctor and the girls keep talking, but it's all muffled sounds to me. Their voices have been drowned out by my own thoughts. But there's one word that I make out. A word that pounds on all the edges of my mind. Coma. So, she hasn't, but, well then, it still isn't good either way. Act 3, Turning Burnt Pages. Oh yes, I'm kind of familiar with that art style. A few days later. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. Ever since I heard about Sayori, I haven't left my house. The only time I leave my bed is to eat and use the bathroom. Mainly the latter, as I rarely choose to eat. The pain from my empty stomach is the only thing I feel anymore. I can't believe I couldn't save my best friend. I was the only person who could, and I chose not to. Several soft pounds on my door. I don't respond. Yuri's muffled voice comes from the other side of the door.
Mark? Please come out.
It's the same line every day. And every day I refuse to move. I failed everyone. I can't show my face to anyone, or I risk bringing them only pain.
Please. You have to believe it wasn't your fault.
Lies. Lies, 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 lies. It's all lies. She wasn't there when Sayori handed me her heart. She wasn't there when I crushed it and dropped it onto the floor.
You can't just stay in your room for the rest of your life. You have to come out and talk to me. Please just listen to me.
Doesn't she understand I don't want to be helped? Sound familiar? Help is for people who deserve it. I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar as well.
Very well then. Don't talk to me. I just wanted to give you this.
A paper slides underneath my door threshold. I lay in bed for a while before getting up. I pick up the piece of paper. A bird in the sky. A human can never understand how a bird feels. A bird has wings that allow it to soar highly, but a human can never truly understand that feeling. A human can only go so high with their own being. We look up at the blue sky with envy, with hope to experience that feeling of true freedom. There we go again with that feeling of true freedom again. Like a bird that soars through the sky, and the bird may never be able to understand the feelings of us. While it may be on the ground for a moment, it can take off on its own accord. So we look up into the sky with curiosity, and hope that we may one day feel as weightless as a bird. Huh? Yuri's poems are usually very symbolic and cryptic, but I have no issue deciphering this one. This poem has to be about Yuri and me. Yeah, especially that line about the true freedom. It just made me think back to what she was saying before. I represent the bird that can fly to its heart's content. And she looks at me with envy. And neither of you seem to... Well, I guess to an extent, it's true that neither of them truly understands how they feel 100%. So they can only kind of coexist like that, sort of. Even with everything I've done, she still holds me highly. But why? I wipe a stray tear from my eye. Under the threshold, I can spot a shadow. I slowly turn the knob. Yuri barrels through and crashes into me. I stumble and somehow seat us onto my bed. She grips me tightly and cries into my chest.
Mark.
I wrap my arm around her. She lightly pounds onto my chest.
Don't you ever do that again! For my sake.
She stares at me blankly, and then goes back into burying her face in my chest.
I thought I lost you.
I'm sorry, Yuri. You see now that I'm just a failure.
Don't say that! Please don't say that.
She continues to stare at me. I meet her gaze. Her soft lavender eyes, red from tears, pierce into my own. Why are you here?
Like you said to me, when you love someone, you don't give up. Because giving up is too devastating.
Between both parties, I would say that it is devastating. Especially to the person who gets given up on, to some degree. Love. Such a stupid and confusing word. The word that caused all of it. Yet I can't get it out of my head. The poem you wrote. Is that really how you feel? Yuri nods. She's not crying anymore.
I was lost in my own little world. I had pushed everyone away thinking it would be better, but I was only imprisoning myself.
Yeah, think back to my sort of analogy about her in a cage. She wasn't trying to keep herself locked in. She was trying to keep everyone out.
But you're strong. You can do anything. And you showed me how I can be like that as well.
I'm not who you think I am. You've placed me on this high pedestal I could never reach. Look at me, Yuri. Look at what I've caused. Yuri places a hand on my cheek. It's warm and soft.
Mountains cannot rise without earthquakes. Don't let this moment define who you are.
The dawn is always darkest before the day. I guess in this case you just have to believe and hope against all hope itself that the dawn is coming. I continue to stare deeply into her eyes. Maybe she's right. I've been beating myself up because of what happened to Sayori. I've become what I've been trying to help others avoid becoming.
You helped me. It's my turn to help you.
I guess to quote Obi-Wan Kenobi, you've become the very thing you swore to destroy.
You don't have to suffer alone anymore.
With that statement, I break down. I no longer hide my feelings. Yuri and I both begin to stream tears. We sit there in silence, holding each other,
Oh, I got you something.
What? Yuri exits the room. She quickly returns. She pulls a bag out from behind her back. What is this?
Just something. A thank you gift. For everything you've done.
You don't have to do that.
I know. But I want to.
Yuri gives me a soft smile. I begin to reach inside the bag. I feel something solid. It feels like a block of wood. I pull it out. It's an old portable radio. I was almost... well... like I said, whenever I feel sad, I try to kind of quit back into my sort of sense of humor to kind of try to make myself laugh and feel better. I was almost about to say, it feels like a block of wood. I pull it out. It is a block of wood! But no. It's an old portable radio.
I found it in an antique store downtown. I thought it was cute, and I know how much you like music.
I run my hands along the edges of it until I reach its dials. Click. If you love me, let me go. Click. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? Click. Fallen angel in the dark, never thought you'd fall so... Click. Also, that name drop. You're my Wonderwall. Click. I look back up at Yuri. Thank you.
There's more.
But I'm not done yet. Call right now and I'll double the offer. More? I reach back into the bag again. I pull the item out. It's a picture frame with the portrait of Yuri.
I'm not very good with gifts. Do girlfriends normally give portraits of themselves to their boyfriends?
I mean, that was kind of a common thing in the old days. I mean, like, soldiers used to have lockets of their girls, you know, that they'd keep on them, and it'll be like, yeah, that's who I'm fighting for. Not usually in this context, but it doesn't matter. I love it. And I love you. Yuri slides next to me and rests her head on my shoulder. I stare at her. Love. Such an odd word to me. Every time it exits my mouth, I feel strange. But I'll continue to tell it to Yuri. There's a saying that I heard once about how people genuinely, like, hate love and the very thought of it because they associate it with pain. But that supposedly that pain isn't so much associated with love. Love is inherently a good thing. And it's not one that you should just shut out just because you're afraid it'll bring you pain. Because pain isn't what love is. But unfortunately, pain can be a result of love. And that's kind of something that I try to tell myself whenever I think, like, that maybe I'm probably never ever going to find anyone, and I think back to Maddie and Darlene and how much I loved the both of them, and then but as one of my therapists told me, well, at least with regards to Maddie, I shouldn't be trying to totally forget Maddie and whatever, because she was one of the best things that ever happened to me. She made me feel more comfortable with who I was. She brought out my creative spirit, and she inspired me in ways she'll probably never ever get to understand or know. She inspired me to become a Let's Player because she wanted to, but she never could. As my therapist put it, that maybe it's just because Maddie had problems with commitment. She couldn't commit herself to becoming a Let's Player, and yet I could, and I've been doing this for almost a little over 3 years now. So, even though I don't exactly like what she did in the end, that maybe it's just because she could not commit herself to me in the end, even though, like such a damn idiot, I was more than willing to pledge and commit myself to her, because that's how much she meant to me. And then, of course, consider the fact that I was too scared to ever tell her how I truly felt about her. It was all just so confusing. But you could say that it's because of love that I was able to become a better person. So I think in a lot of ways, love can bring out the best in someone. But, like I said, unfortunately, that's not to say that there are... what am I trying to say? That, unfortunately, there are going to be times where love does not have a happy ending. But that's not because of love itself. It's just an unfortunate kind of extension of love. To some extent. I wish I could find that quote and whatever, because that explains it a whole lot better than I probably ever could. But the point being that it shouldn't really be so much that to associate love and pain as being related to each other. Because love isn't pain, but pain is something that can result from love if love goes wrong in a way. I guess that's more or less what I'm trying to say. Because this is the girl I fell in love with. January 5th. I guess it's almost time to go back to school. A very important day. Today is Yuri's birthday. Oh, okay. And I have something very special planned for today. I checked the time. 6 a.m. I woke up extra early to prepare. Today shall be perfect, and this early morning sun agrees. Okay, I guess that's also pathetic fallacy at work, except this time pathetic fallacy is actually being good this time. First things first, I have to make sure the gift is ready. I pull out my phone and dial a number. Hello? Yo, Kenji, can you do me a favor? Who's Kenji? Kenji is an old friend of mine from school. Okay, thank you for answering my question. What do you want? I began to tell Kenji the surprise I need him to help me with. I don't know, man. What's in it for me? I don't know. Why don't we just call it even for when I gave you money for pizza? I told you I'd pay you back, man. Look, you can do it or not. Or can you do it or not? Sure, I'll do it. Us guys gotta stick together. Yeah, thanks. I hang up. I don't mention who the surprise is for, because I'm pretty sure Kenji doesn't like women for whatever reason. Huh. Anyways, with that done, it's now time to start the next phase of the plan. By the time I'm almost done cooking, Yuri walks down.
Mark, what is this?
Waffles. I'm making waffles.
They smell amazing.
I scoop the waffles off the pan and place them onto plates. Yuri, you've been served.
Thank you.
Yuri reaches to grab a plate, but I intercept her. What? You know, in some countries, it's tradition to kiss the cook. Is that why the apron kiss the cook exists? It's like, ever since I was little and I would see that in cartoons, I was like, why would you want to kiss the cook? And well, even now I'm here like thinking like, yeah, I mean, what's the deal behind that?
And what country is that?
You don't even know? Italy? Yuri gives me a quick stare before breaking into a smile.
Very well then.
She gives me a quick kiss and proceeds to grab her plate.
You seem to have brightened up this morning.
Of course, today is a special day. It's Garbage Day! Okay, no.
It's not that special.
I imitate her voice.
It's not that special.
Okay, that's me trying to do a bad imitation of my Yuri voice. I don't know. I've never had to try to do a bad imitation of a voice I'm already kind of doing a bad imitation of. Which, yeah, for those who don't know, I'm basically doing a bad imitation of Rem from ReZero for Yuri's voice. Well, the English dub version of her. Of course it's special. And we're going to celebrate. What do you normally like to do on your birthday?
Normally I spend them alone.
Well, this is awkward. Anyway, I have some plans for us today.
And what are those?
I wag my finger in front of Yuri. You didn't say the magic word. Nope, it's a surprise. Throughout our conversation, Yuri and I have already finished breakfast. I'll take that for you. I grab the plates and place them in the sink.
Mark, you can't ignore what happened yesterday.
Yesterday? Where did that come from? Wait a minute, so was her giving him the radio and the picture of herself, like all that? Did that all happen yesterday? What do you mean?
You're acting all bouncy and cheery. It's a complete 180 to how you were behaving this past week.
I drop my cheery facade. I'm sorry. But believe me when I say I'm not depressed anymore. I want to move on. People who dwell on the past get left behind. I've heard that quite often. And I guess you could say that's why I kind of want to get myself out of the sort of hole that I'm stuck in. So that way I can fully move forward. So how about we get out of here and start our day?
Okay.
Yuri and I find ourselves walking through downtown. Let's look at the first thing on our list. You have a list? I pull out a slip of paper.
May I see?
No. No, I told you, it's a surprise. Now let's see. I hold the paper close to my face so Yuri can't see. It's blank. That sounds like something I would do. Just for dramatic effect and whatever, like, yes, I actually have a list here. Can I see it? No, it's for my eyes only. I never wrote my plans down on it. Alright then. I crumple the slip of paper and jam it into my pocket. Let's go this way. Alright, here we are.
What is this place?
It's a poetry slam. What are they? You're gonna enter each other into a poetry slam?
I hope you don't expect me to read in front of people.
Don't worry, we're just here to enjoy ourselves. Okay, good. Because it's like we're not here for public humiliation. That happened in the main timeline, or... What am I saying? No, that... We never saw the festival in the original game. What am I even saying? You know, like I said, I have really bad memory, so... It's dark in here with the exception of spotlights shining on an area at the end of the room. Yuri takes a seat at an empty table. I'm going to go grab us some drinks. Yuri nods in acknowledgement as I walk towards the bar. I rest my arm on the bar and wave to the bartender. What can I get for you? How about a menu? Okay, fine.
What can I get for you?
She hands me the menu and walks away. I read it over. What the hell is this? It's all just weird vegan meals and hipster drinks. What kind of godforsaken place is this? I get the bartender's attention. These are some weird menu items.
Yeah, we only do fully organic menu items here. We don't believe in the consumption of ravaging dead animals to fuel our human bodies.
Okay, so this place is run by a bunch of hippies.
And all of our drinks are made with only fully organic and imported ingredients, straight from South America.
I stretch my neck over her shoulder to see a crate of avocados from Mexico.
We only use ingredients found in the wild, untouched by the tyrannical hands of man.
You chose this place, not me. Well, okay then. In that case, I'll just have 2 waters.
Whatever. It's your feelings. I don't understand your feelings, man. No one understands my feelings either.
The bartender rolls her eyes at me and then unenthusiastically pours the drinks. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I arrive back at our table. But man, I'm here like, what is this? The organic ingredients untouched, and I'm like, oh, okay, well. Here you go. I place the glass on the table. Yuri doesn't acknowledge me. Also, I just realized... I'm just, like... Huh. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just here like... Yeah, it seems like there's just a little piece of... the color missing here. She's entranced by the poet performing. I wouldn't exactly say this is my ideal hangout spot, but if Yuri is enjoying herself, then I'm happy as well. I listen to the poet on stage. He's some tall dude with thick-rimmed glasses, torn jeans, and wavy hair. I stand there, lost in my thoughts. A butterfly watches me. I emerge from my cocoon and join the butterfly. And I fly. I fly. He takes a bow and the crowd erupts into snaps. I'm not a poet, but apparently talking in short bursts is what you're supposed to do when performing. Hello, I did not see you there while I was performing. I'm Christopher Walken, and I'd like to tell you about a dream that I had that is filled with nothing but agony. In this dream, I am the Grim Reaper, the Reaper of Souls. And I'm just standing there, looking upon me in the Valley of Death. Okay, no. Suddenly, another man walks onto the stage. He leans into the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a short intermission. He walks off and the room slowly begins to fill with people's conversations. I lean over to Yuri. This is pretty cool, huh? Okay, well, I guess it was just that one sprite. Yuri looks at me.
This is rather extravagant. It reminds me of when we first shared our poems to each other.
I'm glad you like it.
I remember I used to be so nervous around you.
Yeah. It really makes me happy to see you come out of your shell.
I never would have thought my life would turn out like this.
Yuri appears to be reminiscing about her past. You mind if I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What got you into writing exactly?
That's a great question. I wouldn't say it was exactly one thing that got me into writing. But if I had to choose one, I would say the biggest influence was my mother. My mother was very adept in literature. She loved Shakespearean classics, especially. When I was a little girl, she would always read to me. Whenever she went away on business, I would read to myself. Whenever I did, it almost felt like she was still there, reading with me. Around the age of 11, I began writing my own short stories to share with my mom. Whenever she came home from a trip, I would immediately rush towards her. "Mommy, Mommy, look!" is what I would tell her. "I wrote a story for you." And then my mom would make us each a cup of tea and we would sit on the couch as I read her the story I wrote. When I look back on it, they weren't really that good. But yet they hold a lot of value to me.
They hold a lot of sentimental value to you.
Wow. That's really sweet. It's nice to take a trip down memory lane every once in a while. Thank you, Mark.
For what?
Because you're the first person to bring me that same feeling of joy I used to have with my mother.
Yuri looks back towards the stage. It warms my heart hearing that she would put me on the same level as her mother. And hearing about all the memories she has makes me want to protect her even more. I turn my attention back to the stage. It looks like they're preparing for the next performer. I peek next to the stage to catch a glimpse of who it is. Please don't tell me it's someone we know. What did I just tell you? I see a teen girl with emerald eyes and a large white bow in her hair. Oh shit. Yuri?
Huh?
Let's get out of here. We got more places to go.
But we just got here, and what about the next performance?
Oh, don't worry, they won't mind. Don't worry about it. I grab her hand and we rush out of the club. Alright, let's continue on. We spend a few hours exploring downtown before returning back to my place. Either Monika goes there normally just because it's her thing, or she is stalking us like I keep saying. I still have a feeling that she does stalk us. Yuri is getting ready for our next destination. I'm treating her to a fancy dinner. Okay, if she's at the fancy dinner, then I don't know what. Well, no. I do know what. That means that she's stalking us. Yuri comes back down. Wow. You look beautiful.
I'm wearing the same thing I was earlier.
I know. You just look beautiful no matter what. Yuri looks away shyly. Well, shall we? I hold my hand out for Yuri.
Let's go.
She places her delicate hand in mine and we take off. Ooh. What a fancy place you have here. Very schwank, if I must say. We take our seats at our booth.
Mark, this is beautiful.
Looking around, seeing all the rich people with their rich people clothes on, I feel out of place. It's a little too fancy for me. I don't like it. I wonder if Dr. Langton eats here. Hey there, Mark!
I probably look embarrassing right now.
What do you mean?
Everyone is dressed so classy here. Meanwhile, I just put on regular clothes. We stick out so much because of me, don't we?
No, we stick out because of me. This seems to be really bothering her. I mean, I'm not really bothered by it.
Yuri, listen.
It's really not a big deal.
Nobody is staring at you.
And if they are, it's most likely because they're shocked that such a beautiful person can exist.
You don't really mean that.
But I do. I do.
Thank you, Mark.
The waiter comes by and places menus before us.
How are you two doing today?
Great.
Wonderful. May I start you off with any drinks?
I'll just have a water. He scribbles in his notepad before turning to Yuri.
And for you, ma'am? May I have some Cabernet?
I raise my eyebrows. The waiter opens his mouth for a second, but closes it back up and writes the order. Yuri looks and acts fairly mature and older than what she is, but I'm still surprised he didn't ask her for an ID.
Will that be all?
Yeah. He walks off, probably wondering if he should go home and rethink his life. Wine?
Only a little. If that's okay with you.
Hey, it's your world, Yuri. The rest of us are just living in it, right? I'm just living in it. Seeing her shyly giggle makes all the money this is going to cost me worth spending. Now, don't go getting tipsy on me, alright? Yes, because I went through this in this bond we share, and let me tell you, that was quite a trip. It's like, yeah, I went through this in another dimension with you, and yeah, we still have other places to go after this. Hopefully none of them involve Monika stalking us.
I won't, I promise.
We pick up our menus. I nearly go into cardiac arrest. These prices are outrageous. It's highway robbery. I try hard not to show any facial expressions to Yuri.
Mark, these prices are very high.
These prices are too damn high!
I can help pay for...
Don't worry about it, Yuri. Look at old moneybags over here. You don't have to worry about money today.
Thank you.
The waiter returns, drinks in hand.
Are you two ready to order?
He pulls out his pen and slaps it against his notepad.
May I have the smoked salmon?
Fine choice. Expensive choice. He turns to me.
And for you, sir?
Can I have the breadsticks? Oof. All of these are so pricey. I'll have the fettuccine alfredo. Oh, that's actually one of my favorites. You know, maybe you and I could get along, Mark. I like pasta, plus it's a relatively cheap menu item. Is chicken okay, or do you want to upgrade to shrimp for a few more dollars? Define a few more dollars. Do you mean like $1 or like $15? Who do I look like, Bill Gates? No, thank you. It's fine how it is. Of course. He takes our menus and heads off. Hopefully Yuri doesn't catch on to how nervous I am about paying for all of this. Then again, I only have myself to blame for picking this place. Yeah, where did you hear about this place and why? The waiter returns with our meals. Enjoy your food. You... I stop myself from accidentally saying you too as he walks off. Huh. I dig in. The pasta is amazing. The texture of the noodles is super smooth combined with the sauce. Together they make a fantastically savory flavor. I can spot a few grill marks on the chicken beneath the white Alfredo. It's cooked perfectly even, which only adds to the already great meal. Yuri starts to dig into her meal as well. Judging by her face, her food is just as good. I can smell the salmon from where I sit. The aroma coming from the plate makes me feel like I'm at a resort on a private island. With these prices, you probably might as well be.
Are you also getting a nostalgic feeling from this place?
I crane my neck left and right. Growing up, my parents didn't really have a lot of money, so coming to places like this was a rare commodity. Not really. My family and I usually ate at home all the time. Very rarely would we go out, more or less to somewhere as fancy as this.
When I was a little girl, my mother and I would often go to places like this.
Oh.
She was a big fan of wine.
And I guess so are you. So is that where you get it from?
Perhaps.
A large smile grows on my face. Yuri has such a contagious laugh. She does. And I guess one fun fact for you. While I might base my Yuri voice off of Brianna Knickerbocker's REM performance, the only reason I ever kind of got to doing Yuri's laugh was because of Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. There was this girl in that game named Muffy, and she would be like, hoo hoo hoo. Like, that was her voice clip, something like that. And it's like, well, that's kind of how I picture it, so that's kind of what I try to imitate. And it's just so fun to say, or, well, laugh like that.
I guess just listening to the music just brings me back. Also, just being here with someone I truly care about is very nice as well.
My cheeks begin to turn the same shade as Yuri's half-eaten salmon.
You don't have any fond memories of your parents?
Fond memories. I subconsciously start to rub my chin. I remember one thing. I begin to chuckle to myself, recalling the memory.
Is that so?
Way back when my mom was in the kitchen cooking and she had all these spices and ingredients sitting on the counter. Me, being the nosy 9-year-old I was getting in the way a lot. Eventually my mom got pretty annoyed and needed a way to get me out of the kitchen. Now my mom was a very creative lady, let me tell you. She pointed to a bottle and said, "Sweet pea, can you hand me this?" So I grabbed the brown bottle and all of a sudden a sweet aroma filled my little nostrils. The bottle smelled like I had walked into a bakery on an early Sunday morning. 'Cause I'm easy like Sunday morning. Mom looked at me and asked if I liked that smell. I nodded my head vigorously in response. With a sadistic grin, my mom looked at me and said, "Why don't you take a sip?" Me, being the naive 9-year-old I was, I pressed the bottle against my lips and tilted my head all the way back and took a huge swig of whatever liquid was inside.
What happened next?
I woke up. What happened next will shock you. Why does it sound like I'm being clickbaited into watching a video? And I'm not even watching a video, I'm recording one. As soon as that stuff touched my tongue, it felt like my mouth was rinsed out with perfume. I completely spit out whatever I drank on the floor and nearly threw up. Or maybe I did throw up. I don't really remember. All I remember was my mouth tasted like car tire and my breath smelled like peppermint.
I'm sorry, that's extremely funny.
The funny lady says it, so it is so. My mom thought so too. Turns out the bottle was straight up vanilla extract. And the reason my mouth tasted like a perfume department was because vanilla extract contains about 40% alcohol. Oh my god.
That must have been awful.
It was. But I guess when I look back on it, it's actually a really nice memory of what my family used to be like. Yuri shifts her body in place and places her hand over mine. It's as warm and soft as always. It makes me wonder what kind of hand soap she uses. The kind that keeps her skin feeling very soft. I don't know. Maybe Dove Care.
How about a toast?
Okay. Yuri raises her Cabernet and I follow with my water.
Here's to the ones we hold in our arms. Here's to the ones we keep close to our heart. Here's to the one I choose to live by. Together till death do us part.
That was an oddly poetic toast, but I pay no attention as I watch Yuri's wine glass approach mine. I love that effect. And together our glasses collide. I, ArdrethShadow, propose a toast to Miss Yuri. Congratulations, Miss Yuri. You have achieved what I perceive to be pure happiness. With a full stomach, I push my plate aside and call for the waiter. Camarero! He hands me the bill. Alright, let's see. How much damage is this? I read the bill. If I was attached to a heart rate monitor, it'd be going off the charts.
Is everything okay?
No! I mean, yes. Please, don't pay no mind to me having my heart shooting out of my chest. Yeah. What, you think a little bit of money is gonna put me down? I hand the waiter my card.
Are you sure you don't want me to?
I wave my hand up to signal her to stop. Shh! It's perfectly fine. It's just money. The smile on your face, however, that's priceless. Fancy restaurant. $150. Fancy chairs. $200. That weird painting that I don't know anything about. $300. Yuri's smile. Priceless. Money can't buy you everything. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
You sure know how to treat a lady, Mark.
I know, it's like, look at Mr. Smooth Operator over here. Just doing my boyfriend duties. The waiter hands me my card. Plus, you already know how I get my money. The waiter gives me an odd glance. Okay, well, out of context, that doesn't quite sound all that great. Great, now he probably thinks I'm some sort of drug dealer. Either a drug dealer or part of the Yakuza. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, this was really great. You two enjoy your evening. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. He walks off. Now if you excuse me, I need to go home and rethink my life. Evening? Well, I guess it's been that late. I check my watch. I'm not wearing a watch. Well, I guess it's time for you to get a watch. I check my phone. The sun will be setting soon. Alright. I clap my hands twice. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice, and if it looks like this, you're doing it right. Next destination. I drop my tip on the table and we take our leave. And hopefully Monika is not stalking us. After our lunch, we decided to take a walk through the park. It's a nice afternoon. Perfect for my last surprise.
Mark, where are we going?
Back to our special place. Yuri practically glows.
I like that place.
I know. That's why I'm taking you there.
I think it'd make a great place to watch the sunset. That would be wonderful.
Yep, here we are again. I get to see this again. Here we are, back at the clearing. Hopefully Kenshi went through with the favor I asked of him.
This is truly breathtaking.
Is he gonna say it again? Yuri is off in the distance, already encaptured by the scenery. With that, I sneak off behind some bushes. This is where Kenji planted the surprise. I come back to Yuri. Yuri?
Yes?
She turns around and freezes. Her mouth falls to the floor. She doesn't utter a single word. In my hands is a baby cherry blossom. Aww. I had to pull a few strings to get it, but seeing the look on Yuri's face tells me that it was well worth it. You can't have a birthday without a birthday present. I slowly lower the tree onto the ground.
How did you...
I know some people. Okay, now we're really gonna think, like, this guy has some kind of connections or whatever. She continues to stare at the baby Sakura.
I don't know what to say.
Hold that thought. I run back over to the bushes. Oh great, what does he have now? There's also 2 shovels laying on the ground. Oh, okay. I pick them both up and return to Yuri and the baby tree. Would you like to plant it with me? Yuri stares dumbfounded. Oh, you probably don't want to get your outfit dirty. Yuri grabs one of the shovels. For a second, she stares deeply into my eyes before pulling the shovel out of my hand.
I would love to.
There it is. We didn't get to see the sunset, but we did plant our tree. We step back and admire our work. Well, I did most of the work, but I won't say anything to Yuri. There it is.
I don't know what to say, Mark. You really have outdone yourself. Or you have really outdone yourself. This is without a doubt the best moment of my life. And it's all thanks to you.
Don't mention it. I'd give you the world if I could. I can show you the world. Okay, no. And yeah, like I said, I don't know the whole song, so relax, you don't have to listen to me try singing it. But I can't, so I guess we'll settle on a tree. We share a small laugh. A laugh that warms my heart. Yuri stares fixatedly on the cherry blossom. Should we give it a name?
A name?
Well, we planted it together. It's our special tree. Or, it's kind of like our child in a way. Yeah. We just have a tree child. We'll take care of it and watch it grow.
I'm not good with names.
How about... Are you kidding me? Oh my god, no. No. Okay, fine. What do I want to name this tree? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, well... Let's see, what's up, Joey? Do you want me to name the tree after you, Joey? What do you think? What do you think, Joey? Okay, well... Ah, silly Joey. It's like, don't pull on my record, or the cord for my headphone jack. Okay, well... Jeez. It's like, I wasn't really expecting this, but... Dang it, what should I name it? I'm just here like... Dang it. Well, it would be funny if I just named it Joey after my dog, who was being a little cheaply again. Okay, well... Okay, well... Let's see, how... Okay, that's how many letters I can use, so... There. I shall name this tree Chisaki. How about Chisaki?
I like that name.
Then I guess that's its name. We stand there for a while and enjoy each other's silence. It's not an awkward silence. It's rather relaxing, actually. Yuri and I simply being in one another's presence. Even with the sky full of stars, I prefer to stare into her eyes. A cold breeze blows through, reminding of us how late it has gotten. Are you ready to go?
Not really, but I know it's probably better to leave before it gets later than it already is.
I intertwine my hand with hers and we walk home. After a long day, I shower and head to bed. I flop down onto my mattress. What a day. I hear the water in the guest bathroom turn off. I flash back to the events of today. It couldn't have been more perfect. It's a shame school starts back up in a few days. Okay, well... Yeah, I figured that, like... At least back in those... Back when I was, like, going to high school and whatever... Like, January 5th, like, around that time does sound about close to when we would have to go back to school. So... That's when I thought, like, well... But I definitely prefer this a lot better. I grab my calendar. Next Friday marks the Winter Festival. Oh boy. The school likes to welcome people back from the holidays with a festival. It's a way to ease back into school life after vacation. Even more so, however, it's also a way for clubs to recruit members for the spring semester. Well, I guess the Literature Club isn't going to be doing that because it doesn't exist anymore. Clubs. I remember the club that started this all. The club that went to hell. Monika and the Literature Club. Before I can continue to soak in my memories, my door gently opens.
Hello, Mark.
It's Yuri.
Thank you for today.
You're very welcome. I'm still laying on my back, so my words are spoken to the ceiling. Yuri takes a seat on the bed.
This day was really special.
I'm glad. Oh, there's one more thing. One more thing.
Huh?
I get up and open my drawer. I pull out a sheet of paper. Okay, did he have a poem written for her? I wrote this after yesterday. It's, a thank you. I hand Yuri the paper. I then lay back down onto the bed. She stares a bit dumbfounded at me before turning to the paper. Okay, the music is kind of gone. Okay, this is quite lengthy. Lost in the dark. Concrete surrounds me on every side. Every direction is nothing but pitch black. I cannot see even what is inches in front of me. I'm lost. Which way is up? Which way is down? Forward, back. This tunnel of darkness consumes me. I only hear my light footsteps atop the gravel. I move slowly forward as if I'm chained to weights, dragging my feet as the gravel beneath kicks up. As I move, the chains grow heavier and heavier. My head feels heavy. The fear of the abyss eats at me. My legs buckle, and I collapse onto my hands and knees. The small pebbles in the gravel stab into my palms. I begin to lose hope and give in to the darkness. Suddenly I'm blinded, not by dark, but by a bright light. A glowing light piercing my retinas in this endless tunnel. And the center of that light is a girl. She takes a step. She takes another and another until she stands above me. I stare at her in disbelief. As she holds out her hand, I reach for her. The moment my skin makes contact with hers, I'm transported. Transported out of the darkness. I can see, hear, feel. The girl stands beside me. Her hair flows in the wind. She's like an angel who fell from heaven, only for our paths to interlock in the dark. And together we can live in the light. I watch her eyes glide left to right, following the words. Eventually she stops, yet continues to stare at the page.
Is this really how you feel?
Absolutely. I continued to talk to the ceiling. I realized something, Yuri. All my life I've been running away from my problems. I've been pretending they're not there, bottling them up. Yeah, and what did I say about bottling up your feelings in whatever video I said that in? It's not good. They were slowly eating away at me. I was lost. I couldn't find my way out of the darkness I put myself into. I looked straight into her lavender eyes. But you were my light. You were the light that guided me. You painted the colors after the world had left me gray. I don't really know how to explain it. Love, maybe. I don't even know what that word means, if I'm being honest. But that's just how I feel. I want to be with you, Yuri. I want to spend all the time we have on this earth with you. I can't imagine being with anyone else. No matter how long or how short it is. Even if I were gone tomorrow, I'd at least be happy knowing that I had met you. Because you are single-handedly the best thing to ever happen to me. So thank you. Thank you for being who you are. So, yeah. That's what I think. She looks at me as if I'm an old friend she hasn't seen in years. Her eyes glow in the dim lighting of my room. She stares at me, speechless. It's a bit awkward, but I don't dare break the silence either. I just hold her gaze within mine. Time stands still. It's as if my room is a single room floating in space. You mean like a certain classroom floating in the edge of the universe? Only Yuri and me occupying it with no one else to intrude. Yuri moves over to me. Oh, I love this artwork. Wait, what's happening?
Mark, you have no idea what your words mean to me.
Well, it's just how I feel. Yuri hangs over me with a temptatious glare. Oh dear. Well, I have a few ideas here. Our breaths are heavy. I look at Yuri as if to confirm what's happening.
I want to do this.
Okay. Yuri leans down and her lips meet mine. I've never done this before. The nervousness from when I first met Yuri is back. We're both sweating as we're both at a loss of what to do. I feel my heart bursting out of my chest. Yuri speaks softly.
Neither have I.
Okay, well, I guess we can only assume what did happen happened. I hardly remember anything of the last few days. They flew by as school beckoned around the corner. And now I'm here, back in the boring lectures of my classes. I still don't see a point of school. I can just go to school to be an art major. Then I'll have a line of jobs waiting for me. A line of jobs awaiting me. Right? I guess it's not too bad, however. It's refreshing seeing my classmates to happily chit-chat about their vacation. Meanwhile, the teacher attempts to obtain everyone's attention. She fails to do so as the bell for lunch is about to ring. These last 5 minutes go by agonizingly slow. I shove my homework into my backpack. Homework on the first day back. I'd rather be in prison. I twirl my pen in my hand and can't help but overhear the conversation next to me. I'm not purposefully being nosy, they're just talking quite loudly. I don't understand why girls can't use their indoor voices. It looks like one girl is showing the other a message on her phone. I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't think it's real. Are you saying you don't think she would do something like that? It makes total sense. It's really weird, but I guess it does make sense. And she wonders why people don't like her.
Sounds like more girl drama. Yeah, sounds like more girl drama that could possibly involve your girlfriend. I always found it weird how girls talk about other girls behind their backs. The sound of the gates of heaven being opened. I get up from my seat and go to lunch. Yeah, so I guess this is Monika's insidious plot. Blackmail. It's a nice day, so I choose to eat outside. Unfortunately, Yuri and I don't share the same lunch, so I resort to sitting by myself. I go ahead and sit under the large tree in the courtyard. It makes me think of Chisaki. Chisaki's gonna be so big when she grows up. I plug in my earphones and listen to music. Over the last few days, I spent some time compiling my favorite songs to make the ultimate music playlist. A collage of all of my favorite songs. This list is truly the pinnacle of music. I press play. Skip. 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 While I'm looking for a song, a shadow appears over me. Oh boy, I have a feeling. I take out my headphones and look at the culprit. Oh! Okay, I am so glad to see you right now. But you look sad. Why are you sad? Well, why do you think she is? We still don't know what happened to Sayori while I'm thinking about it.
Hey.
It's for horses.
Are you going to start every conversation we have like that?
It's been a while since Natsuki and I last talked. Last time we saw each other was in the hospital. Exactly. Care to take a seat?
If I have to.
I never said she had to, but she takes a seat on the bench anyway. She pulls out a sandwich from her bag and begins eating. I start to eat from my lunch as well. I should start a conversation. What should we talk about? Okay, I guess. So you talk to Natsuki. Let's see, I guess... Unless I get the choice to go through every single one of these options, I guess... I want to know where she's living. I take a look at the sandwich she's eating. Where'd you get that?
Home. Or Sayori's home, I should say.
There's a short, awkward pause, long enough for me to ask another question. So, you're taking care of the house, I suppose?
Yeah. Her parents can't schedule a flight until next month.
Orderly. Suddenly my food tastes bitter. Not even Sayori's own parents can be here for her. Yeah, seriously, like what the fuck? Like what the hell, really? How hard can it possibly be to schedule a flight to see your daughter, who I should add is in a coma, possibly... I don't well, let's just say that this sort of thing really does get to me. So, yeah, so obviously sorry if I sound kind of angry, upset. I decided to ask a more personal question. What about your dad? She stops bringing her food towards her mouth, lips partly open.
What about him?
Is he doing all right? She stares hard at her sandwich as if she holds the answer to my question. Or as if it holds the answer to my question.
He's fine.
I guess that's all there is to it.
He's still broke.
The way she's so upfront with that statement baffles me.
It's whatever. It's not like I care or anything.
And once again, her guard is back up. That's probably all the info I'm going to get from that topic. Okay, so it looks like it is going to let me ask more questions. Okay, well, I have to make sure, like I said. I guess we'll just head on down the line. How's it like being back?
It's alright. I miss being able to sleep in, however.
I give a small chuckle.
What about you?
I've been good. Thank you for asking.
Don't thank me. I was asking to be polite. It's not like I actually care or anything.
So grumpy. That wasn't very polite. I continue to humor Natsuki's fake rudeness. My math class is killing me. At the mention of math, Natsuki goes on full rant mode. Go full on rant mode.
Don't get me started.
She starts anyway.
I don't understand how they expect us to understand any of this. It's like learning a whole new language. Since when did math become more letters than numbers? And what the hell is trigonometry? It makes absolutely no sense. Find X my ass. How about you? How about you find a subject worth teaching? After basic algebra, everything else is useless.
Useless!
Oh, and imaginary numbers.
Oh god, I hated imaginary numbers.
Those aren't even real. They think it's okay to make up that it's just okay to make up stuff. They follow such strict rules and then go on to add other rules if something else doesn't work properly. Seriously, why do math classes even exist? We have calculators for a reason. My teachers act like my life will be dependent on whether I can find a parallel line given a slope and a point.
Natsuki huffs in frustration. It's a bit funny seeing her get flustered over something like math. She continues to eat her sandwich. Okay, I guess last but not least. Have you gotten any news from the hospital? She pauses. She then solemnly shakes her head.
No. I told them to keep me updated if anything happens. And yet I haven't heard anything.
I get a lump in my chest. I know it's not good to get my hopes up, but I can't help but pray that Sayori wakes up. I can tell my question left a thickness in the air. Perhaps I should change the topic. Okay, well, I guess if I had chosen that first, then it would have been like a segue into one of the other ones. I finish up what's left of my lunch. Excuse me.
What is wrong with you?
What?
You're disgusting.
I said excuse me.
Weren't you ever taught not to burp in front of a lady?
Since when were... Oh my god, you idiot! Since when were you a lady? Natsuki looks like she's about to burst from rage. But then she lets out a long sigh and a smile creeps up on her face.
Fine, you win this one.
What? Everything's gotta be a competition with you, huh?
Yep. Also, Mark, what are you and Yuri doing for the festival?
I don't know. Probably just walk around and stuff.
Would it be fine if I,
Natsuki fumbles with her words.
spent the festival with you and Yuri?
She mumbles the words quickly and quietly. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Alright, I wouldn't have cared if you said no or whatever.
Okay, Grumpy. Sure, Natsuki. Sure. I decided to walk Natsuki to her class once the lunch bell rang. Like a gentleman. She called me a stalker, but besides that, she didn't protest to me walking with her. Hey, you see that?
What?
I stop in front of the main office. I point to a small rectangular box on the wall. It's the school thermostat. I walk up to it. 75 degrees. They do have the AC off. Okay, well, the mystery has been solved.
We're in winter. Why would the school turn the AC on?
No one understands. No one understands my feelings. I'm in my next class. English. I genuinely despise English class. I already speak it. Why do I have to take a class on it? The teacher lectures on the proper way to use a semicolon. In the seat in front of the seat right of mine, a boy is on his phone checking messages. The text is too small to read, but I can tell it's a very long message. He must have gotten in trouble with his girlfriend or something. He stifles a laugh. Maybe my previous accusation was wrong. I wonder what the message is about. Mark! The teacher calls my name. Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. Do you know the answer to the question? What was the question? I don't even know what question we're on. This is how I die, isn't it? This'll be the day that I die. I suppose there's no harm in guessing. B. Students hold in their laughter. What? The question is a fill-in-the-blank. Oof. Alright, Mark, think of something. I'm sorry, I thought it was a trick question. The teacher looks at me with a blank face. I wonder what my tombstone will read. Here lies Mark. He died from being an idiot. Died of embarrassment. Or that. Just when I think the teacher is going to kill me, he breaks into a laugh. Alright, Stacy. Do you the answer? What? Phew. Do you have the answer? I can't believe that worked. I go back to daydreaming. Oh boy, here we go again. I glance at the teacher and see he's writing something on the board. I sneakily pull my phone out of my pocket. Welcome back. Welcome back to what? School? No, welcome back to hell. This person is a student. I look around the class. No one looks suspicious. I tried to warn you that it would come to this. Come to what? I look up and see the teacher with his back turned. I use this time to type out a message. Who are you and what are you talking about? I gave you the chance to stop, but you didn't listen. You broke my heart, and now I'm gonna break something of yours. And you're also gonna quote Patrick Starr while you're at it. Over dramatic much? What does that even mean? I guess we're gonna find out. The ringing of the school bell shocks me out of my thought process. I shove my phone back into my pocket and try to forget this ever happened. It's been a long day, but I'm home. Did I even see Yuri today? Okay, yeah, I'm starting to feel like this is not going well. I should at least text her. I pick up my phone and send a message. Sorry I didn't see you today. How was school? Fine
Fine, thank you for asking.
Okay.
I saw Natsuki today. What did she say?
We just talked about different things, and then she asked if she could hang out with us during the festival.
I told her she could. Okay.
Okay. I guess the conversation ends there. I lay down and look at the ceiling. For the first day back, it wasn't so bad. Perhaps this semester will actually go smoothly. Let's hope so. A few days later... I swipe dismiss on my phone alarm. The sunlight creeps through my blinds and fills the room. I use my last reserves of willpower to climb out of bed. Wait a minute. Today's the festival. Okay, well. Remembering that all of a sudden gives me a burst of energy. Today shall be a fantastic day. With a clean school uniform and freshly brushed teeth, I start to make breakfast. I place 2 Pop-Tarts in the toaster. I begin to think of all the cool activities that the school will have today. Just thinking about all the unique foods that will be there causes my stomach to rumble. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. My 2 s'mores Pop-Tarts are ready. I go to grab them. Oh, fuck! I nearly give myself first-degree burns trying to grab them. Yeah, at least wait a few moments. In a quick motion, I grab the pastries with my fingertips and drop them onto a plate. Breakfast time. Did he have a normal breakfast? I finish my meal and check the clock. I'm gonna assume yes. It's festival time. I grab my daily essentials and depart from my house. I arrive in the countryside. I arrive in the courtyard where the festival is being held. Standing there, I realize something. On festival days, we're not required to wear our school uniforms. I look around and see people in t-shirts, jeans, hoodies, leggings, etc. I then look down at my blazer and begin to feel very stupid.
Hello, Mark.
I hear a voice call to me. I turn on my heel. Oh, hello. And see Yuri and Natsuki. Oh, you found me. Yeah, kind of hard to miss the one guy who decided to wear his uniform.
How was your morning?
It wasn't bad. You must have left before me, Natsuki. I didn't see you in Sayori's house.
Well, unlike some people, I actually wake up early.
Hey, I did wake up early. I was just busy eating breakfast.
And putting your school uniform on?
Yeah, I forgot it's not required today.
I guess it's better than you wearing a kimono.
You told them! You told them! How could you? I turn bright red and look at Yuri.
I'm sorry, I thought it was funny.
The funny lady, why have you forsaken me? All I ever did was love and worship you and say all these positive things, and then you betray me? I'm never gonna live that down now, am I?
Nope.
The girls continue to laugh at my expense. Alright, that's enough. So where are we going first?
I don't know. Yuri, what do you want to do? I'm not good with decisions.
Of course.
Well, since both of you are useless...
Useless!
Hey. I'll decide where we go. Follow me.
Okay, fearless leader. At the other end of the at the other end of the courtyard, they have put up different stalls with games. Natsuki points to a particular stall.
There.
I follow her finger. A dunk tank? Oh my... You're gonna dunk me in there, aren't you? We step closer to it. You want to get in a dunk tank?
No, I want you to get in a dunk tank. Not me, you dummy.
See? I told you.
You!
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Why? Are you scared of getting...
More so, I just prefer to stay dry.
You're no fun.
I hear a large voice from behind us.
Ayo ma!
I turn to see a small group of boys looking in our direction. The one who seemed to have shouted at us looks like the definition of asshole. Sleeveless shirt to show off his biceps, low-hanging jeans, gold chains, which are probably fake.
Girl with the bust! Why don't you get in the tank?
Another guy snickers to the group.
Wouldn't mind seeing her in a wet t-shirt.
It doesn't take long for me to realize they're talking about Yuri. The douche group continues to laugh between themselves. Man, it must have taken them all night to think of all that stuff.
I can't believe those assholes. Mark, aren't you gonna do something? You can't just let them talk to Yuri like that. Right, Yuri? Yuri?
Yuri is completely stricken from the current situation.
Yuri, are you alright? Can we please go? What? And let them get away with it? Look at them!
I turn back to the group of guys who are still watching us.
Well, are you going to give us a show or not? Mark, do something.
I look back at Natsuki's rage-filled face. Then to Yuri's petrified expression. Then to the douchebags carelessly laughing at us, because they're a bunch of losers who have no lives. I would like to give them a piece of my mind, but perhaps I should let it go. Do I stand up for Yuri? Would she even want me to stand up? Okay, let me see here. Defend Yuri. Okay, well, like I said, since I'm trying to... I guess right now, since, yeah, I am trying to mess this up as much as possible, I guess I might as well. We're gonna confront them. I know it's gonna end well, or it's not going to end well, but like I said, I'm gonna try and do like what I see as the bad options first. I walk towards the boys. Hey, asshole!
Mark, wait!
See, I know she doesn't want him to do that, but, well, like I said. The main boy looks at me.
What'd you say?
We stand inches from each other. It's only now that I realize he has half a foot in height above me. I don't think you should be saying stuff like that. Did your parents not teach you manners?
Listen here, you little punk. I could kick your ass right now. I'll fuck you up.
Can't be worse than what I did to your mom last night.
Oh, damn, dude, he got you. Hey, shut up!
He shouts it to his group of friends.
I'm only gonna tell you this once.
He grabs me by the shirt collar and pulls me closer to him.
You take that back or I take your kneecaps.
I begin to sweat profusely. I'm trying not to show my fear, but I'm doing a bad job at it.
So, what will it...
He looks over my shoulder. Quickly he lets go and jumps about 2 feet back. I look back and see a teacher watching us, arms crossed. The douchebags look at me again, or the douchebag looks at me again.
You got lucky this time. You better watch out, punk.
The group of boys turn around and walk away.
Mark, are you okay? That was badass.
Okay, well, we got some brownie points with Natsuki. Too bad I'm not trying to romance Natsuki. I'm fine, thank you. They won't be messing with us anymore. That doesn't sound like they're not gonna mess with, well, maybe not with them, but maybe with you.
That was like the coolest thing you've ever done. I didn't think it was very cool. You could have gotten hurt. Calm down, Yuri. He's fine.
I'm just relieved I didn't get punched in the face. That would really ruin the day. Hopefully we can move on now. Well, I'm sure if anyone punched you in the face, Monika would straight up go and do something, I don't know. Don't worry, they won't be bothering us anytime soon. Anytime soon is probably the better thing to say. I'm glad the situation was handled. I hear rumbling coming from Natsuki's stomach. Her tummy needs food. Hungry?
I'm always hungry. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always hungry.
What about you, Yuri?
I suppose I could eat something. It's nice to see you haven't changed at all, Yuri. What's that supposed to mean? Anyways.
Anyway.
Huh?
You said anyways. The correct term is anyway. Anyway is an adverb, thusly cannot be plural.
Shut up, nerd! I'm not here to learn. Who comes to school to learn, anyways? I'm hungry, so let's find something to eat. Because I need food!
I need food!
Well, that didn't go how I wanted it to. Okay. We go back to the other side of the courtyard. So many choices, so little time. I pan my view to all the different stalls. From noodles to pizza to candy to squid. What are you two thinking? I turn my head to see that both of them are fixated by a certain stall. They both look like they're in a daze. Their mouths agape. Their mouths agape? I don't know. Following their gaze, I see what they are being entranced by. Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Yes, sir!
With or without nuts?
Let's go there. I agree. I too would like to see what the stall has.
What's your favorite candy bar? Mine's chocolate. Alright, let's go. What's your favorite food stall? Mine's chocolate. We make our way to the stall. A girl with red braids and thick glasses is manning the stall. Is that Amy?
Hello, Amy.
The girl's name must be Amy. The way Natsuki greeted her makes it sound like they're arch rivals.
Hey, Natsuki! It's good to see you again!
Amy's tone is the complete opposite. The way she greeted her makes it seem like they're lifelong friends.
What have you been up to? I've been spending a lot of time volunteering at the animal shelter recently.
What a nice girl. Natsuki leans into my ear.
I freaking hate her.
What? Why?
You see anything you like?
Natsuki never answers my question. Yuri and Natsuki hover over the assortment of chocolates like a predator over its prey. They start to point out all the things they like. I prefer some real food. Hey, do you girls mind if I leave you here while I go grab some pizza?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay then. I take my leave. I can tell when I'm not wanted. 2 slices, please. I'm handed my pepperoni pizza. I drool over my greasy-covered plate. Pizza time. I need the pizza time music from Spider-Man. Now let me return to the girls. Whilst walking back, I'm intercepted by a familiar face.
Hiya, Mark.
Hi, bitch! And here I thought I would have a good day. What do you want?
We haven't seen each other in weeks, and that's how you greet me?
I told you to go to hell. Seriously, why are you even... Well, I know why she's doing it, but it's like, why are you even talking to her? Instead of responding, I take a bite of my pizza, leaving an awkward silence.
We didn't really leave on good terms.
No, we didn't. I told you to go to hell. Mm-hmm.
Mark, please, can we forget about the past for 1 second?
Fine.
I wanted to know what happened to Sayori.
Sayori. I guess despite what happened, Monika and Sayori still remained friends. Monika is probably worried about her just as much as I am. Even if I don't really like Monika, I'd feel wrong if I didn't inform her about Sayori. She's in the hospital. Comatose. I sent the words out with a shaky voice. Monika looks devastated, but she doesn't say anything. Perhaps she does love her friends after all. Then why was she such a freaking jerk to Yuri?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. You can't change what happened. Monika straightens up and returns to her usual poised persona.
Thank you for telling me, Mark. I have to go now.
Go where?
Get new members for the club.
Oh my... You're still trying to run the club? New members.
The school board said the festival is my last chance to get members, or the literature club will be cancelled.
I should feel bad, but I don't! Have I become numb to emotions? No, you just become numb to whatever the hell happens to her. It's Monika's fault the club was disbanded in the first place. Or was it me who stirred the pot by joining? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we could say that it was because he joined and she's like, ooh, I'ma make you my man. And then he fell in love with Yuri, and then this whole jealousy shenanigans happened, and... I mean, it's really as much her fault than as it would be his for joining if you think of it that way, but she could have handled it a lot better. Without anything left to say, Monika walks off. That was a random interaction. Out of everyone in the school, I had to run into Monika, who also happens to be wearing her school uniform. I walk over to where I left the girls with my now cold pizza. Wow, it got cold just from that conversation. You should probably complain to whoever made it then, because that's not good.
It's about time. I was beginning to think you ditched us. Natsuki, Mark would never do that.
The pizza line was long. I look at what they're holding. They each have bags full of sweets in their hands. That's a lot of chocolate. The stand begins to get more and more crowded as students gather around.
Welcome, everyone! Know all about the process. Know that all proceeds will be given to charities to help sick animals in need.
What a nice girl. Ah, look at her. Disgusting. That's it! That's the meme! I still don't know what Natsuki's vendetta against Amy is, but perhaps it's best if I don't ask. It's because she likes spiders, and has bad taste in anime. Once again, we walk back to the other end of the courtyard to find a table to sit at. The amount of time it took to walk over here, in the amount of time it took to walk over here, I have already managed to consume my triangular meal. Who talks like that? I mean, I know what he means, but still, I'm like, why would you call it a triangular meal? We finally arrive at a table under the big cherry blossom. Once again, this tree reminds me of Chisaki. I wonder if it'll ever grow this big. Well, maybe if you take care of it enough, maybe she can grow that big. She'll be big and strong. Natsuki and Yuri begin to dig into their bags of chocolate. You know, eating all that sugar will only lead to you crashing later.
Oh, don't worry, Mark. I'm only gonna eat a little bit.
Yeah, right. This chocolate will
have little effect on me. Sugar doesn't actually make you crash. Where are your sources on that?
Cite your sources, Missy.
Dude, just trust me.
I dismiss Natsuki's unfactual logic. I notice a sheet of paper sticking out of Natsuki's small purse. What's that?
A poem?
May I see it?
No.
Why not?
You wouldn't like it.
I'm getting some deja vu here. That's what you said last time. Thank you, you see? That is what she said last time.
Ah, fine.
She gestures at me as to say, I don't care what you do. I pull the sheet out of her bag and unfold it. Yuri slides next to me to read it too.
Oh great, now you're gonna read it?
Time. Time, of course. That's what the false Turaga wanted.
Time! Of course! That's what the false Turaga wanted.
The past is a cold place, a time I try to forget, an abyss that stares into my face, a place I can't run from just yet. The present is an odd place, a place for all who live. A location lost in space, a time with nothing to give. The future is a dangerous place, a period where dreams come alive, arriving soon with no time to brace, only if you're able to survive. Time is in the palm of my hand, but there's things I can't understand. The only thing I know is to keep your hopes up high and your head down low. Looks like Natsuki's poem style hasn't changed too much. It's still simple, yet impactful. The poem seems to be about the future. Do you two have any plans for after school?
Somewhat.
That's fine. I don't really have a plan either.
The future is scary to think about, yet everyone tells you to always think about it.
I know, right?
And people tell you don't worry about it, but if you don't worry about it, how will you be ready? And time just ticks away, and the future marches ever closer, relentlessly, and... Yuri, calm down. I'll probably just go to college like everyone else.
Any ideas as to the major?
Cooking, obviously. I'm good at it, and it's what I enjoy doing. And if I can make a job out of what I love, then that would be a dream.
Good to see Natsuki has the luxury of living her life in order, or having her life in order. I haven't the slightest clue as to what I want to do. What about you, Yuri? What do you want to do?
I wish I could do something I love. Well, what do you like to do? Reading?
Yuri mumbles her words as if she's embarrassed about her hobbies. Why don't you write a book? Become an author.
An author? That'd be awesome, Yuri.
In one of the endings to Purist Mod, that's actually what happens to Yuri. She does become an author. Although I should add that this was one of the bad endings, so... yeah.
You could get famous. Famous? I don't think I'd want that.
What if you used a pen name? Like R.L. Stein? Or, well, is R.L. Stein his pen name? Well, Dr. Seuss used a pen name. Write under an alias without actually disclosing who you are. You're a fantastic writer, Yuri. Probably the best writer I know. It'd be awful for you to waste such potential. Plus, nowadays, thanks to the internet, it's super easy to publicize your work.
I suppose you're right.
Of course I am. Sure, I'm sure. I begin to slowly relax in my seat. Our future isn't exactly a comfortable topic to talk about, but it's so important. What do we do after we graduate? Where do we go? Will Yuri and I still be together? I don't know what the future holds for us, because the future is not written. But if that future involves her, I'll be happy. The afternoon sky begins to take hold as the girls talk about different things. Okay, actually, you know what? I think I might just have to... I'm gonna go ahead and save it here. Because this video is kind of going on a bit long now. Alright, well, next time, I guess we will see what happens. quite a bit happened in this session, and it seems as though that now Monika's insidious plot has been put into action. So I will see you guys next time with whatever else I do, and Joey wants my attention again. He's just being a little cheap right now. Aren't you, Joey? You silly doggy. Okay, well anyways, yes, I guess thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden, and later, folks.